Hello, 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 and welcome to the first market update in 2023. I will talk about the major markets today, and I also think there are quite a good trading opportunities on the horizon today and in general in the stock market, in the commodity market, as well as in the crypto market. So let's have a look at the long-term hold portfolio. I was talking about it last video as well. That focus right now, personally for me, is silver, gold, and well, Bitcoin partially as well. Let's start off with Bitcoin as an update. I mean, there is not much going on really since the heavy drop of the FTX insolvency, which happened in November, around the 9th of November. We have dropped down to 15,500. We have retested the 18,200 area, which rejected here clearly. You can see that as well. And right now we're like within this crazy range of like 16,000 to 16,800 since days and weeks. It's really boring from a Bitcoin perspective, but considering this massive drop together with the news of FTX, I do not necessarily think we had lower, but possibilities there. So with Bitcoin right now, I'm on the sidelines and waiting for something to happen. I'll either enter maybe around here, 15.5, add to the position, or once we switch the level of 18,200, once we have a confirmed close at this level. In the meantime, we'll just wait and trade something more exciting. Let's have a look at gold. Gold is really having a fantastic run. Like I've been talking about it since we had this level of like 1620. We never looked back. It rallied really since the beginning of November. I mean, we're talking here 2 months where gold made $200 plus, which is a 15% increase. Right now, we stopped here at 1860, which was literally yesterday, which is very logical to have a test. I think like if this continues going, you want to watch the level around here, 1820. So that's where I would add to my position and see how it plays out. But overall, we're over the 200 daily moving average here is looking really good. Like gold definitely looks good, and I think gold has a high bullish potential. I know a lot of crypto guys are not into that, um, into gold, but yeah, it's just what it is. I would trade it this next year, like definitely a lot more. And I can see why here. Like it has done great things over the past 8 weeks. So again, watch out for the level here around 1820, 1816. I would say 1800, like 1810 to 1820 is what I'm looking at short term right now. In the long term, let's see how it will play out. But it looks fantastic. Silver, the same. Amazing, amazing, amazing things it has done in the past, let's say 3 months or like 10 weeks. We bought it out at 18.5. We are currently at 23. That's like 30%. It's massively good. Now you can see like two bigger red candles now, which just makes sense based on the massive increase in the price it made. So like it just is logical that it will be pausing at some point. You can see here the trend line is sharp up. So as long as silver is holding here around, I would say 22.95, so around $23 is something where I would actually add to my position. Even right now, because we can see here it made like higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's sitting right now here on the higher low basis. So adding to your position here is not unreasonable at all since we dropped from 24.5 down to 23.4 right now. Um, if you're in gold, I would keep waiting. We have probably the major resistance or a bigger resistance coming up right here around 24.8. And we'll see how that plays out. But until then, this is definitely for me gold, silver now position I want to be in with the macroeconomic view. A lot of people see the bottom in. A lot of people see a massive recession coming within 2023, hitting around, I think most people talk about Q2, Q3 2023. There are a lot of arguments speaking for like a bottom we have in and against one. I would personally be very careful, and you just have to assess for yourself how risk averse you are, what strategy you're having, how you're trading. But for trading, I think it's a really fun environment to be in right now. For long-term investors, you can have great prices by a DCA strategy. So whatever poison you choose, just make sure you have like a full plan in place, meaning when it goes up and like what is your when is your hypothesis failing, meaning when do you cut your trade. So these are the three: Bitcoin, gold, silver. So silver, yeah, uh, you want potentially to add it right here to your position. I don't want to lie, it doesn't look too bad. Um, What else I have here? BNB. It's actually one I want to talk about in the trading. So let's switch over to my current future trades. I have a lot of things going on here as well. Um, first off, we have Tesla. So Tesla has tanked massively since beginning of December. We went from about 200 bucks right now at 113. So we lost another 40%, that's quite a lot of. And right now we're sitting on I mean, a good support level. Like if it loses here the 112, we went slightly below it yesterday. So I think it's a good level to go long with a tight stop loss around 102, a stop loss. Next level to watch is 92, and if 92 doesn't hold, you can really expect Tesla to see back around here, 69, around the 60 area, 62, 63. So for me, I think it's a great level to go long with a tight stop loss as a good risk reward ratio. If it will play out or not, we'll see. But that is the first call for today. Um, I've also played CHZ because it was a few days ago when it sat here perfectly at like the around 10-cent support. It went well since then. Now we're hitting this short-term resistance, so that's not a trade I would be in anymore. Right now, I would be entering right now anymore. But overall, if we flip that level, maybe. But for now, I think that was a great trade to play from down here at the major level. Too long right now, I would wait. I'm out of there. Then we have Q&T. So Q&T, I think, has there are a few things on Q&T I wanna point out here. The first one is that I think there is potentially a head and shoulders developing here. So you can see here left shoulder, head, left shoulder, and the neckline is right around $100. So what does that mean? That means if we lose this neckline, this $100, there is a big drop down probably happening. I would say around 50%. You can have like you can probably count around $50 again. So around below 100, I would definitely go short, not short. Now, what's also happening right now, if we're just zooming in here, is that we are just touching now above the 200 daily moving average, which usually also acts as resistance. So right now, I think this is also a trade which is potentially good for a short right now, just literally right now. 115, have a stop loss around 119.3, which means we're above that like upper shadow wick. We're above these candles as well. So 119.3 is a good stop loss to have. A good risk reward ratio because it can easily go down back to 100. It's a 15% move. Um, yeah, so Q&T Very nice right now. CL1 oil. Let's have a look at oil. I think oil is a bit late potentially now because we had already fair move. You can see that oil is trending downward since, well, that's June 2022, the last 6 months. From 120, we're down at $75 per barrel. This is crude oil futures. We have made several lower highs and lower lows. We're at the moment below the 200 daily moving average. It's also trending down. And generally, I would see this going lower, probably around the 62 area. So I think it's also a short you can take if you're into commodities. You might want to wait until it goes back up to like 76, $77 area. Short it from there because it had like this last 2 days, this big move from 81 down to 72. That's a 10% drop in price, which cannot be ignored, should not be ignored. So that's a short option as well. Then we have Apple. Apple is actually by our guest, Elena was realizing Apple. So Apple has had a massive drop as well in the last days, 200 below the 200 daily moving average. But very important is we're sitting right now at a very decent support level of 123. So I think that's worth a long here. Stop loss around 121 right now, I mean. Sushi. Sushi, I think, is good for short. We are approaching our. We had this great support around $1 over the past month, which we're now approaching again. So I'll personally see that as a resistance right now. We'll see if it turns out to be true or not. But I think sushi is a good short at $1 with stop loss tied at 103. BNB the same. We lost the important area of 260. Now we're reapproaching it after we dropped down to 220. So I think BNB is also potentially, well, for a short. Same for Solana right now. We approached here this area of 1420. Very good for a short setup as well. And the same for ATOM. Should have You can short this too. You can see here the area which is important. I marked it here. It's like 1050. Around 1050, you ideally want to short it. Now it was there yesterday. It's not there anymore. It's already at 1006. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad shorted setup. Your risk reward ratio just went a bit worse than before. But above, like if you short it right now, set a stop loss around 260. Or if you want to play it more with care, around 230 the stop loss. And these are all the trades. So you have some for a long, which is mostly in the stock area, which is Tesla and Apple for me at the moment. Same for gold, silver, which I'm personally bullish on for now and for 2023. Um, for crypto, we'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, there's not much movement going on. At a certain point, there will be a bigger move again. If that will be up or down, is no one can really tell. Um, the trend's down, and the thing is, we'll see what's gonna happen next. So that's it for today. I think there are really some good things to play. I'll just bring up the map maybe again here. What are current things you can play? So here's sushi for short. SOL for short. I have here already the entries marked down, which I personally would take. Some of them are still there, like at ATO, MQNT. Tesla is a bit higher by now already. Apple is right there. Oil is right there. Sushi is pretty much right there. So I think there are a few nice things to play with good risk reward ratios. Um, so have a look at these if these are of any interest to you. For the rest, I would definitely still stay on the sidelines and wait until things play out, or we have a better long-term view on the trades. As for now, we're pretty boring sideways. So have a good day, everyone. Rock and roll.